What's up, Soul Family? Coming at you with another collective reading. This one's gonna be on. We have Four-Leaf Clover with great good fortune. That being said, if you're looking for a one-on-one reading, you can do so by directly messaging me or with the link in the bio or description. The first reading is going to be $35 for up to 20 minutes, and you can either ask whatever you want or I can see what comes out in that time frame. If nothing resonates, then I'll simply refund you. That being said, let's jump right in. So, I got four this time. Teapot with deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Younger woman, dealings or relationships with a younger woman. We have lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. And then we have horseshoe with good luck. So right away, I feel like the reading's kind of straightforward. I feel like something really positive is going to head your way, and I think you're going to be enjoying this with another person. Maybe this reading is for somebody who is feminine or feminine presenting in some way, shape, and form, or anything like along those lines. It's kind of like what I'm picking up for this reading. So sorry, boys, this reading is not for you. Then we have the Five of Swords. So I think it's definitely the energy of being very mindful of how you respond to whatever, maybe certain interactions that you have with somebody. So many times we can just have misunderstandings and stuff like that that simply need to be communicated better. And you never know like how if you allow your anger to take precedence versus taking a step back and considering what a misunderstanding can be, you never know like how that's going to impact things in the long run. Then we have the Queen of Cups. So there's definitely the energy of, again, being very mindful about how you handle your emotions. There's nothing wrong with having intense emotions. There's nothing wrong with experiencing anything. But it's always important to be mindful that you allow yourself to respond to things better. So even if it's like taking a step back, even if it's taking a couple moments, even if it's simply just not shouting and responding calmly in the moment. Like sometimes it's just a matter of not allowing the intense emotions that you have to be what has you respond the way that you do. And so the Nine of Swords, I think there's like maybe you have the energy of overthinking things. Maybe there's the energy of like a lot of anxiety or having certain mental health issues even. And maybe that sometimes impacts the interactions that you have. So maybe this is a call simply to be mindful of that and to be wary of not allowing that to be something that, at least within whatever interactions that you're currently having, what's going to decide or determine like how you're going to show up to them. Again, we're not trying to discount the difficulties of like having mental health issues, but again, we also don't want to cause needless harm, especially if we're able to have the advance warning about it and be aware. And the King of Wands, sometimes the King of Wands energy has the energy of sometimes being a little bit too arrogant or a little bit too hard-headed or kind of like a little bit bossy almost. So maybe in like whatever scenario that you're in, just try to be mindful that you don't come across that way. And I think whatever fortune's heading your way will simply pop up. In the Chariot. So I think it's going to be gifted, delivered. I don't know how, but I feel like it's going to be something that somebody's going to deliver to you, especially because this character is like the male person in this game. So I think whatever this fortune is, it's going to be something that somebody's delivering or handing to you in some capacity. And then we have the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So maybe it's in regards to some kind of work that you've done. Maybe it's in regards to some kind of efforts or intentions. Or maybe, again, with the Six of Wands. Because with the Six of Wands and the King of Wands, both the energies are sometimes pointing towards not being too arrogant. Not being too kind of like, you know, prideful in certain ways. So maybe this is simply a warning to not be too prideful for like whatever is coming in. And not to be too fiery. Like not allowing like the spontaneity or letting like that energy turn into something sour. Sometimes with the Knight of Wands energy, it is the energy of kind of being spontaneous and like following things like in the moment, but at the same time it's also the energy of it could be that spontaneous response could be something that could maybe tarnish or ruin whatever you're trying to bring in. So just be mindful of what you're going for. And I think as long as you approach whatever interactions that you have with whoever this is, in that with that in mind, then I don't think things will go any negative. I think things will be perfectly fine. But that being said, peace and blessings, and I'll catch you in the next reading.